Hello true believers. The preview for the third issue of the Sentry comic has been released, and it looks very promising. It starts off with a flashback of a very accurate depiction of New Jersey. The place looks like the retarded love child of Hell's Kitchen in Gotham City. In this shithole, we see Cranio, who works as a watchman. Which is ironic, when you think about the Guardian theme of the Sentry. If we trust Cranio's nameplate, then his real name is Doug. Which is ironic yet again, because it is as unspectacular as Bob. Hi, my name is Doug. I'm kinda like the watchman here. Over here. The pile of fat, waving at you. Here. Yeah, I'm actually a person. Cranio is soon approached by Billy, Rape Face Turner. In all seriousness guys, here is a pro tip for anyone who treasures their butt. If anyone ever approaches you while making that face, turn around and run as fast as you can. Don't look back. Don't think. Just run. Anyway, Cranio doesn't recognize Billy at first, but then realizes that he is dealing with Scout. Cranio thinks that Billy is looking for trouble, but Billy quickly makes clear that he only wants his old life back and offers the same to Cranio. About 20 minutes later, Cranio and Billy meet up in a diner. Billy continues to tease Cranio about the old times. Billy knows that Cranio wants to relive his glory days as well. That is accompanied by a cool shot of classic Cranio navigating one of his awesome inventions in his fight against the Sentry and Scout. In the very same panel we are hit with a couple of Cranio's catchphrases, like, man with the tree level mind, and, man who knew too much. No wonder Cranio is missing the old days as well. Back in the day Cranio was a threat to the Sentry himself. Nowadays Cranio is an unfuckable fat slob named Doug, who is only a threat to chocolate cake. The first panel of the next preview page starts off with a weird guy in the back, who is smiling for no apparent reason. I know that I wouldn't be smiling if I had a nose that big and 2 birthmarks in the middle of my face. Meanwhile Billy is making a blowjob sucking gesture while talking to Cranio. Billy tells Cranio about how he used to think that Cranio really had 3 brains. Cranio says that it was only his brand, and that the brains belong to monkeys.
Excuse me, chimpanzees are actually not monkeys, but one of the 5 ape species. Alongside the chimpanzees we have the gorillas, gibbons, aura.
Shut the fuck up Cranio. I'm trying to make a video here. Cranio asks Billy about his missing arm. Billy lets Cranio guess what happened, and the answer is rather obvious. The Void. In yet another flashback we see the Void ripping off Scout's arm. Let me text to speech that again. We see the Void ripping off Scout's arm, yet the blood is purple and grey. I do not understand why Marvel doesn't want to color the blood red. You are already showing a guy getting his arm ripped off. Make the extra step and show everything. I'm sure that if the panel contained dialogue, it would be something along the lines of shit or fuck. But I also know that Marvel would censor that. They show someone getting their arm ripped off, but saying fuck is a no-go. Speaking of which, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, fuck 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 fuck. I love the freedom of speech. The preview ends with Billy asking Cranio about his time in prison. Cranio says that he got out early due to good behavior. He also says that he tried getting a job as a scientist, but his old status as a villain made it hard for him. I still think that someone who can build gadgets potent enough to stagger the Sentry should have done much better than getting a job as a watchman. I hope that the third issue will dive deeper into Cranio's backstory. This is the first time we see Cranio in the canon universe, so learning more about this version of the character would be great, if you ask me. Besides that, the third issue will show the hassle between the Sentry and Iron Man. The preview states that the Sentry goes head to head with Iron Man while struggling to break himself free. I don't think that he is struggling to break himself free from the underground prison Tony Stark built for him. In a properly written comic, Sentry would use Iron Man as a sledgehammer to smite his way out of the prison. I assume that the struggle is related to Bob, who is trapped in Sentry World, so we are very likely to see Bob and the badass version of Cranio as well. That's all from me for now. I'll see you again for the spoiler-free review of the third issue. Until then, have a nice day, and as always, stay vigilant.